Hi, this is Mia. My computer restarted and I'm pretty mad. I feel like I'm wasting time playing my game. And my charger, I need to be charging my phone. I I got this Christmas song in my head. It seems like it's pretty warm today, but I'm not really, oh my gosh, what just happened? It's like a glitch. It's not like a glitch, it's like a problem with the window. What is going on? Oh my gosh. Everything is going on. Oh my gosh. I'm really nervous because of, excuse me, there's all this stuff popping up. Being on call and having, yesterday we had a class all day, for like 10 or 11 hours. Like 2-3 hours away from here. I don't even know. They asked, like, oh, you guys left early. I didn't even look at the clock, but I was supposed to be leaving at 5:50 yesterday to get to this class. Luckily, we got out, like, literally, like, a couple hours early. Like, just under, because the guy had exciting family stuff happening. The teacher, instructor, or else I would be more cranky. I didn't sleep in. Our dehumidifier filled up, and when that's not on, and this Winx is not that loud, and the sound machine here, I just went ahead and put it on. I said, something's gonna wake me up too early if I don't put some noise on in the background, because it's really loud. I kept hearing this, like, sound like something was chewing through the wall. I was getting scared. Let's see if I can post. Oh my god, so many pages open. Oh my gosh. The video from yesterday. Okay, here's my BLS. I never printed that card, I don't think. BLS provider. View. Full-size card. Let's see. Wallet size card. Let's see. I had to have saved it. I want to print it and put it in my wallet. It doesn't, my printer is messed up. I've never had this happen with a printer. It's an inkjet brother. It's probably my first inkjet brother, because I had HPs before and they wouldn't even really work after the first year. Like, literally, I had some cute ones too. There's all this. Why does the Amazon Music keep opening? So let's save it as a PDF, and then we'll use one of these. So I'm gonna go to Documents. I think I had this under my clinic, which I was already under. It's under TOH. Did I have it under CE, or did I have it under, what is it? I don't remember what it's called. Okay, so it's 7:39. How long does this even last? So I have it under CPR. Okay. I'm just gonna say, I'll say Pocket Student E-Card 2021. Yeah, so now I have it saved. I have this fear that everything is gonna end up going offline, and then I was like, oh, I need that documentation, and I didn't save it. You put a lot of faith in making sure your device is working satisfactorily. I'm gonna put in YouTube and see if I can. Looks like I already had a window open. See if I can add yesterday's video while I'm making a new video. I was trying to change my vibration on my phone. Oh, that's loud. Okay, there's a house for sale. This is by far one of the cheapest houses I've ever seen. In town, not ever seen, but during this time of high prices. I bet you a year ago and maybe 2 years ago, this house, 1,100 square foot house, would have been I bet you 60,000 or something like that. Let's see how much work it needs. Significant price. So it needs love. So investor alert needs a little love to make it shine. Easy to walk downtown. This is like your dream. Let's just say 145. Let's just do math. 145,000 plus. Let's just add 5,000 for taxes, because taxes will probably be a little less than that or not taxes. Interest. Let's just say 150 divided by 30 equals $5,000 a year, divided by 12 is $416 a month to own that house. If you can get a bank to do it, you're going to pay taxes. Let's say $200 a month, and you're going to pay that insurance that they want you to pay. Let's say $150. Let's say plus $350. So you're looking at about $770 a month. Way cheaper than renting. Way cheaper. People, you can't own it. Like, well, they don't fix the places we rent. They don't fix their appliances or even provide appliances. We had to have everything at the last one. The other one didn't fix the fridge for 10 years until my white boyfriend came walking down the street to visit. And then they immediately fixed the fridge. Literally wasted so much food. Even one day before Thanksgiving, the fridge went out. Messed up the food. And I was broke, and I was working all these jobs. I'm tired of paying this man and this man and this man and this rent and this rent and this bill doubled and tripled and blah blah blah. And then all of a sudden you're like, I'm gonna pay something for my kids for a change, like dinner instead of freaking popcorn for dinner. You know what I mean? Or they don't even eat like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. They'd be eating spoonfuls of peanut butter like for dinner. That's not. All these people you sign in contracts, do the light bill, the internet bill, they say, you don't need internet. Do you think this is 1850? You try to live without any internet. There's people that do it. Are they students? Do they have their kids in web school or regular school or college classes? Do you have a business where you have to do everything on a cloud? Try to tell me I don't need internet. I ain't got that kind of data plan. Or good signal for that matter, and hotspot, And that internet is like $50 a month, thank God, or $55 a month. That's the cheapest bill of it. Cheaper than the phone bill, for Pete's sake. It's cheaper than gas. I mean, yeah, $50 a month would be something, but you want to pay and buy the groceries, bust your butt, keep working. I sent in a bill for my clinic on November, and I never saw anything about it. So I'm really ticked off about that, because usually you get a denial or that it got accepted. Let me pause it. I can actually look it up. I just don't remember how. Hold on. Let me pause this. Okay, I'm back. So I'm gonna go grab these 2 or 3. I got more. I have some items in the closet, and I have some other items that need to be ironed. That are for eBay, and I also have some clothes here. This small crate is not doing a good job for my eBay. I have a bigger crate. These big crates smell like plastic and burnt cigarettes, like burnt plastic and cigarette smoke. I don't like the smell. Some worse than others, so be careful if you get these crates. It's like you walk around them, it's probably messing with the air filters, but the inside, that's like all the VOCs are stuck in there. I posted the video, something about emergency preparedness, and my teacher's book, Dr. Ryan Chamberlain's Prepper Pages. I think it's, what's it called? I think that's his website, Prepper Pages, but, something about, keep having to look. Survival medicine, the Prepper Pages, survival medicine. And I'm on page 13. I was going to read a page or two of this and come back to this video. I was going to not recap, but add to yesterday's video on preparedness, having this, like, dude, I don't have a lot of preps. I do have protection and stuff. How I feel right now is, what's going through my mind right now is get in shape. Like, I don't think it matters what body weight or size you are, but try to do what you can. I mean, you need to talk to your healthcare provider first. I'm not sure if I clicked on it for the Doomsday Preppers on YouTube. I thought it was episode 1, season 1. The lady, I've seen this one more than once, the lady who makes the dinner. Why did I feel like they didn't go into details? Something's weird. Maybe I didn't finish watching it. The lady who makes the dinner, who spends with her husband 8 hours a day prepping, and she said she was the owner of a multi-million-dollar company. So I'm wondering if she sold the company or like was the owner. So it's like past tense. It's like you see a lot of these preppers, they're in the suburbs with these big houses, with these big yards and all this storage and all these bedrooms and closets and basements and all kinds of garages and bug out vehicles. Like, you're like, it's not the average Joe. There's a lot of average people that live like that, but I have never been able to live like that. I've tried so hard. I was going to tell you guys what I did that house at, say it was round up to $800 a month. You say you're paying $2,000 a month for rent, a 2-bedroom, at least $1,000 for the crappiest place. At least $1,000. The amount you pay for the apartment, you're gonna pay for the house and your utilities, your water, your electric, your internet. If you're gonna have that apartment, you're gonna have to pay that stuff anyway. Some of that, you're gonna have your trash. I read here was $60 a month. It's not bad. The recycling either comes or you take it in, depending where you live. Take it in for free. You're gonna rent in Portland. You're gonna rent in this town. Any house like that, little house, is gonna be $3,000 a month. It doesn't matter if you're in a ghetto or slum. I saw a slum for $600 a month or $800. It was too much of a slum. So there's a job posted at the courthouse for $40,000 a year. That doesn't seem like, you're like, when you have a college education, you're like, that doesn't seem like that much money. But the thing is, I've never made that much money with 17 years of college and multiple medical. People are like, do you have your license in this? Do you have your license? Like, no. They're going to be like, oh, what's she doing? I'm like, no, because that's a completely different state and a different medical. Like, I have 3 medical licenses, 3 degrees in medicine, 3 degrees and our certificates. One is as a doctor, naturopathic doctor. One is as a doula, and one is as a midwife, naturopathic midwife. Those are 3 different certifications that this third one, I finished all the requirements. I didn't send it in, and I missed a deadline, so I had to send it in ASAP. Like, I don't care. I'm gonna fax it to them or something. I gotta do something. So $3,333 a month. Let's times that by 15%. Wait. That's what I don't like. You gotta actually say equals. Okay. Times 15%. So $500 a month. So we'll say 3,333 minus 500 equals 2,833. So this job doesn't require any education. It requires 6 months of, like, customer service experience. 6 months? You can get that when you're 15, volunteering at a hospital or doctor's office or the community center, volunteer at the church office and answer phones and have welcome people that come in during the day. Divided by 4, so I'm going to say 4.3 for the month. So it's $658 a week. My job is paying less than that every 2 weeks. 30-something hours a week work. So sometimes I decrease the work. She's like, what's up? That hour that you missed is, I could sell stuff on eBay or whatever. So, adding to yesterday's, I hate doing this kind of math because I should be making at least $40,000 with all the experience, management experience, ownership, restaurant experience, healthcare experience, like phlebotomy, 2 years of phlebotomy, 2 years of IV therapy lab, medical license, DEA, takes Medicaid. Like, I should, like, bills Medicaid. I should have some kind of job that's more than $11,000 to $12,000 a year. $12,000 a year, even as a college student. You're going to be able to just barely get a couple meals, your car insurance, and the gas. That's not going to pay the classes. That's not going to pay the other fees you have when you're in college, the books, parking pass. $1,000 a month is not gonna. $1,000 a month will help. You could pay for it's $800 for the house down the street within walking distance of where I am. I made $1,000. So $1,000 a month for my one job. I have more than one job. But any one job that you go to for more than half time, when you go to like 27 to 40 hours a week, should be at least a couple $1,000s a month. It should be. The pay, the thing is, your gas to get there is half a day's work. Literally. So half of the day that you're running around and you're trying to bring your own food and trying not to. People make more than you and they're going out to eat because they can afford it. For me, going out to eat would be cheaper than probably my diet, but then you're just eating fruit and stuff. But I'm going to read a page of this book because I'm getting fuming mad about the system. I've applied for these kind of jobs now because I'm self-employed, because I have this store and all this stuff. Does that mean that my income, I don't know what my income is, but because I'm self-employed, I'm going to be paying taxes. If I only made $1,000 a year, they're going to charge me like $300 in taxes, Social Security and all that stuff. If I made, $2,000-3,000 a year, they're going to want, I swear it's like they want almost as much as I make in taxes. Taxed in multiple states. I have dividends this year. It's not going to be that much. They'll be lucky if it's a couple of dollars. And then Notary Public, I got to get spreadsheet and get all the notary jobs right now. Part of me wants to go full force and work as much as I can between now and the end of the year, but I took off my dependents and now I'm scared about the tax bill because I just did that about 2 months ago and it took out an extra one of my paychecks, I swear it took out $233 extra dollars with one paycheck or something. I don't know. It took out more than I was thinking, $50, $70. It took out a chunk. I was maybe it was, I don't know what happened, but I don't know what to do. If you have a dependent, it makes a big difference on your taxes, but because of the COVID and some stuff should have been waived because of the pandemic, because my plans have changed dramatically too. Before I read this book on here, on a Kindle, $3.99, I think, or $18.99 for hard copy, not hardback, but paper copy, versus $3.99. I'm gonna read some of this book. I'm gonna get these items, a few bread bags, and I'll show you what's been sitting in the closet, and I'll show you what's been sitting in the closet here that needs to be ironed. I'm supposed to be at work at 10, I believe, today. They don't make my schedule that far in advance, so I don't even think I have a schedule to tell you the truth. Did they print one? I think it's a verbal. I think I wrote it at the bottom of the last schedule, so I'll double check the times there. Make sure there's not. I missed 2 events this week, but we did a birth. So anytime that I have my jobs, I'm not getting. I don't know why that medical thing didn't go through. It showed it as no charges for 2 years. I was like, what? So I need to. I can't remember the name of the other site. It's Oregon. It's not Oregon Health Authority, but it has like Care Oregon. It has like Providence. I don't know if it has Providence. It has Providence. It has all these different insurances in one portal, but on one page, and you click on the one you want, and then it takes you to the page, and you can look up your patient's the claims you made and other information about your business and about this like records. And so I need to see if they even received this record. Not to send it back, but I'm going to fax it back right now. I'm just going to do it. Because usually I get a remittance sheet in the mail within 2 weeks that says that the claim was denied or paid or whatever. And I have a lot of that stuff to do, guys. I need prayers for that as far as the family life and the having a boyfriend and kids and the jobs and being on call. It's and being exhausted. I'm having like a panicky attack of just being overwhelmed. Having this stuff. It's already the 16th. I did renew my license. They didn't send me an email. They might have, but I don't think they sent. They might have. I didn't see an email that said your license has been approved for Oregon, so I just renewed that. I just renewed the Maryland one. I'm not making a penny in any of the states. That'll be easy for my taxes, but not for my credit, my book, or my checkbook. Having all this stuff with these insurance I'm talking about are saying you have one or more documents expiring. Please send this information. So I have that mail on pictures that I have to go back and look up and go to the CAQH, do all that before the 31st, and then double check one more time to see if my insurance is good. It's good, but make sure that usually I only have to update it once a year. I feel like I have to do it twice a year. When you pay your malpractice insurance, it has, mine is usually in January, where it resets. But you submit the proof, just like you have your car insurance, you submit the proof to these websites because you can't accept insurance if you don't have malpractice insurance. You could actually practice medicine without it, and for a naturopath, at least you used to, but if you don't take insurance, you'd save a lot of money, but then you're going to be liable for damages, but you could be liable anyway. So I have NCMIC. I'm thinking of either adding the SIG if I can, or at least requesting a quote. Whatever hoopla stuff, I don't know what that means, that I've been doing today, whatever, jumping around, playing this game, I had to tell you guys about leaving my ex-husband in 2004 and being dependent on a system because of being forced into a system because of a choice to call a homeless shelter for domestic violence. Women and children, women and children. And I need to figure out how to get out of some of the programs that we got into that had promised housing, purchase help. You help yourself, and your rent is supposed to go into escrow, and that money is supposed to be used for a house. I probably earned $80,000, literally, at least, if not $95,000 to $100,000 in that supposed escrow that they decided not to open in my name. I'm so mad. And then if you're paying double rent, that $100,000, you would have paid $50,000 for a $200,000 house over the past 10 years. Or what, the math is kind of weird. You work more, you own a house, you're able to run your business in the house because you're not going to be in trouble because the lease says you can't run a business in your house. You can't run a business in your house. Not only are you renting a house for double, you're also renting office space. You need to do telehealth. It's stupid. You can't set up insurance or pay someone. My friend had someone pay only a couple $2,000, $3,000 to put in a bathroom, less than $10,000 in her basement. I said, "Oh, that's excellent. Good to know," because I was scared to buy a 3-bedroom, 1-bath house. Not saying that it wasn't maybe on her buddies or something, but it might have already had water for washer and dryer, which would make a difference in a drain, but still. Trying to stay in shape. So trying to tell myself, guys, I do this a lot. I forget. I used to do yoga quite a bit. I forget the difference between this one and this one, but I really like this one when I feel just like my mind is like, breathe, send out, man, send out. So I am feeling like this jump, like on the Matrix, from one building or one cliff to the other, where you have to use mind over matter to go from here to here, and you jump and fall. You wake up with blood coming out your mouth, and you're hoping that God and the angels are having keep you from landing in the Matrix. So ground goes down, the pavement goes like a hard bed instead of an actual pavement, and it's like to get off of the system when you're stuck in a pattern of poverty making you more poor. It's not even necessarily the rich that are making you more poor. It's the programs allowing your rent at your low-income housing to be $2,000 a month. It's the programs that, it's a private owned. They get to charge what they want. Do you realize that it's also costing taxpayers money? You're letting them charge what you want. Someone has a family of 8, their rent is free. You put a rent cap on that sucker and say, if anything, what are the median income or median apartment around or homes in that area for rent? If all the private ones are $1,400, but the public one is $2,200, the low income one, it should be below the median for, even if the median was $1,600 a month for the same size house, number of bathrooms, number of bedrooms. It might not be a house, it might be an apartment or whatever, but put that median in, and I don't think it should go over that median. I don't think it should definitely go over the max, not the outliers necessarily, like, oh, this particular luxury house is all gold inside, so it's $24,000 a month, 24 karat gold, but I don't, and then it's making the people that lose their job, have their kids move out, and their rent skyrockets, and they yell at you, say you're disobedient. It's like, you didn't lay yourself off the job. You didn't have a heart attack 3 times in a row and have your doctor tell you had to get on disability. You didn't do that stuff on purpose. You didn't lie to them about it. And then they yell at you and fuss at you. And that is when you get into that system because you fled domestic violence, you're living in a home full of violence and aggressions from the management, the other tenants, the workers, the social workers, and it's not going to help you. It could help you be successful if you want to say, forget you, I'm pulling the cord. I'm not going to suckle at you anymore out of necessity because you take a chance and say, oh, it's a home buying program. You're going to be there for 2-3 years at the max, and then discard your voucher and buy a house because they said that you were signed up for a program, and then they renege and say you're not signed up for the program, restart the program when you're in med school and you're like, been there, done that, where they say you're disobedient because you have a job or you're in college or they want you to quit your job to take this class, then you don't qualify for anything because you're disobedient because you quit your job. They make it not worse than a double-ended sword. It's like a two-faced, I don't know, like a lie. I don't even know if that's not the word. But it's like, danged if you do, danged if you don't win. And I think they do this on purpose so that you get away from the program or like people do, they get slick and find out how to beat the system and milk the system for all it's worth. And people will literally quit their regular job, and they'll work Uber or something, get tips, and then they'll straight up just charge their friends to do business under the table, you know. And then their rent's going to be extremely low because their income is going to show and their social security number very low. People milk the system. But the people that are trying to work hard, they yell at. I think they think I'm lying about my income for my business. My income is extremely low. And I can't even deduct all of the deductions on taxes. In a certain type of tax bracket or tax thingy, you keep doing it. So I end up paying more taxes because I didn't want to have a negative income every year. I have a hobby business. I want to have a legitimate business. And that hurts me because you pay less. You pay thousands of dollars of taxes a year for your business and you're not making any money. You'd be better off saving that thousands of dollars a month and leaving your low-paying job and do like, what if you had, think of prepping, what if you had to do 2 months of straight up, just, whether you had to pull scrap metal out of trash cans every night at midnight, you know, drive around and pick up raggedy furniture and hope it doesn't have bed bugs and crap in it and clean it up and maybe even rent a storage unit and clean it up and wipe it down with wipes and portable vacuum cleaner, you know, and flip that stuff or refinish it and fix it up and, you know, put it in a consignment shop, you know. This is the kind of stuff that you have to hustle. Having people say, state sell, go to the end and just buy up, take it, you're still paying money and take a chance in selling it all. You might not sell anything. The fees to sell it might be more than the product, even if you got it for free, or even if you paid $500 for a whole van load of stuff. So it's like, what if I had, instead of prepping, everything stopped, the world stopped, the money stopped, no debit cards. All you have is the barter system. Anyone with cash or silver is going to go to the grocery stores and they're going to fill their cars up with whatever's in there. People have generators and propane, and, you know, rich people have this and running water and manual wells, hand wells with fresh water. Like, what do you have? Like, if you had a scenario like that, what are you going to do? You're going to survive. If you don't survive, you perish. There's no middle ground. There's no mediocre. There's no C plus there. It's an F or an A superior. So I got to go into that mindset and say, what is the Star Trek with 7 and 9? You will be assimilated. You know, the Borg, like, gets all these creatures and, like, assimilates them into this giant, like, hive. And then it's like, they had to, like, break her away from that cult or whatever. But then you had to figure out, not only she had people helping her, you had to figure out mentally how to deal with being separated from something you've been brainwashed to believe is your safety net. And then you find out it's not a safety net, it's actually harming people. Some people that are milking the system, or the people on the top, are getting money in their pockets and they're living a fine life. And their kids are going to college and they're paying for it. And they're able to buy their little sports car, Audi, or whatever they want. Little ski trips in here. And you're sitting here wishing you could have gone camping for at least one night. Which, again, low-paying job, work every freaking weekend. The heck? Same weekends that my boyfriend had off in the summer, we had to move, but I wanted to go. It's since 2019, I haven't even used it. Not even for one night. No one wants to go for one night. 2 nights is adequate. Now it's too cold. But I gotta go, guys. I just have to pause this and read these pages. I'm just so fuming mad, but I want to tell you guys that something was telling me when I went no contact with my dad, which was $1,200 a month, or $1,300 a month. This is vibrating or something. I got double charged my rent, triple charged my rent. I had zero income. I had lost a job. I put out tons of applications, was advertised in my clinic, had recently been in a car accident and doing births. It was not getting paid for any of that, not even getting my free meal. They said they'd take you out for breakfast. Didn't even get that. They reneged on that. It was just ridiculous. I mean, and you feel like you're starving. That's why I'm fat. Because I've been eating what I ate when I was about starved. I bought my kids some bar-ass hot dogs and crap. Winco 79 cent a loaf of bread that they used to have and the cheap milk. And they got hot dogs and cheap bologna with freaking bread. A little bit of butter and, Annie's mac and cheese used to be 10 for 10, back then. It's got the mac and cheese and the spinach and lettuce and the freaking that. So for me, I was eating almonds with small jars too, not these big bowls like you see me eating. Almonds, slivers with olive oil, garlic powder, rag, liquid nutritional yeast, and maybe some salt. And that's what I was eating, some garlic and stuff. That's what I was eating for the oil and fat content, and I was using a little dish. And I remember going to Pizza Hut, and like that's all I had time to eat. Like working like 10-hour shift, I'd eat that, or my other job, and I'd put it in a mini bell jar or whatever, and I'd eat like a banana. And then that's when I was still doing the chocolate. And then if I didn't have like the chocolate, if I quit, then I'd have a cup of tea or lemonade with honey to get the glucose or I don't know what is honey, fructose and glucose, get that sugar so that I wouldn't pass out. So I was able to have like a small little lunch with a beverage or two. But then something happened, and when I came here, I got a bigger bowl and plastic containers, and then I started putting too many almonds, and then I started adding the nut butter with the freaking noodles, because I had this noodles at this raw food places, and then I got fat. I'm so scared. I had to do this before with no income, and the safety net did not, what is the word? I have faith, I guess. If you're already working hard, like literally sometimes 20 or 24 plus hours a day sometimes. A lot of times it's only like 8 or 9. That's too much. Plus the drive and commute. And then the low pay, like I said, $100 or something. Less than $200 a week. That's crazy, man. Less than $300 a week. If you push yourself. I'm like super paranoid right now. My counselors are like heckling me over this potential diagnosis of the ADHD, not being able to focus. I suspected it when I was a younger kid. ADD. They're like, you don't have hyperactivity, you don't. I was like, my brother used to fidget all the time, and like, there's marks in the house. The house is gone now from him. And I didn't want to be like him and be singled out, so I learned to keep myself still. But you see me in my videos, I am not still. I'm always fidgeting, and I fidget so much that I was in a weight loss group. I did a topic on fidgeting because it was in the magazine about how many calories it burns. But you guys, am so freaking. They're like, you do too much. Why don't you get a 40-hour-a-week job? Like, would that make things better? Well, I was telling the guys from work yesterday. There's one was full-time and one was part-time like me. And I was telling the guys yesterday, we had a long van ride, and I said, well, I tried to get that other position. I didn't get it. Like, yeah, maybe they want you in landings. I'm like, yeah, I know, because it sucks. It's probably hard to get people. I mean, but I needed the money. If I would have got that other job, I would have had that home that I told you guys I was trying to buy for $115 on its own land. But I said, well, maybe, and I didn't say like the universe or God had me in this flexible job so that I could attend births, so that I could Um, if I had stuff already planned in my schedule, a lot of it is physical therapy, dental appointments, eye appointments, already planned 6 months, a year in advance. I mean, any job you should be able to say, hey, I have a, February 16th, I've already made this dentist appointment that I have to go. Like, any job should allow you to have at least a couple hours to go to your appointment. Maybe not, but I feel like people frown upon that. When I work a lot, when I had these multiple jobs, I was spending way less money when I was doing more in-person spending. Now, because I have the jobs, I buy stuff online, and then I'm mad at myself because I don't, compare prices or say, hey, you don't really need that. It's just, just get it out there, because the mail and the deliveries are messed up, and you're going to run out of food, and you don't have New Seasons, you don't have People's Food Co-op, you don't have, Pixie Retreat, all this stuff is in Portland. You don't have Food Front Co-op. You don't have, what are the other raw food, Blossoming Lotus. And there's another raw place that has raw food over, they had that raw tuna or something, over inner southeast Portland, somewhat near the railroad tracks. So you have all of these places that you can go and get a bite and get you through. Oh, that reminds me of eggplant in the fridge. Get you through the next phase of a clump of jobs. Like right now I'm all nervous, and I am eating food from another place. I made my tea already. Actually I made 2 things of tea, so I'm going to be going to the bathroom. You're going to go on this journey with me. The reason I made this channel is because I was struggling to get through medical school as a single parent. I wasn't struggling, but I didn't have any heroes. I didn't have anyone to look up to. I didn't have any support network whatsoever. Family was not supportive. Friends were not supportive because I didn't have any neighborhood people. A couple of people did give my kids a ride when I had late classes and couldn't get them out of daycare. I still had to pay for the daycare and all that. So there's a lot of people that grandma and grandpa's babysit their kids and watch their kids and stuff, and you should appreciate them and not take them for granted. And maybe grandma and grandpa say anytime, but maybe offer them money. I'm just saying, there's some people that you can see on those little Ask Abby or something, like, oh, such and such expects me to watch this kid all the time, and met a new love of my life, and I'm jeopardizing my relationship because I'm making plans with him, and daughter's dropping the kids off, or son's dropping me. I see little things where you kind of gotta you speak up, or you don't get hurt, or you're scared to speak up because you don't want to make waves or whatever. Or it's like, if it's a grandparent, you're scared. You could be scared. I don't know why I'm talking about this, but you could be scared to speak up because they might say, fine, you're never going to see your grandkids again. I'll hire a nanny, blah, blah, blah. People get nasty, and the kids are not at fault, but it will affect everyone, especially the person that didn't make the decision. It'll affect them too, but especially the kids and the other family members. When I was working a lot less, I was selling way more on eBay when I had set hours for advantage sales, which was either 10:30 a.m. on Saturday or 12 o'clock on the other days. That seems awful late. Or is it I think it was 10:30 on Saturday, and then 12 o'clock you had to be to work the others. It seems weird. 12 to 6, because it was 6 hours. So 10:30 to 4:30 or whatever. Or maybe it was 10 to 4, something like that. Which is kind of nice, because you had some days you got out early. But then you had to, anyways, that was a different story. You knew you had those hours, and you usually knew the days you were working, especially in the very beginning. It was very consistent. And then they have events and re-grand openings and cake, and it was so fun. We met Jesse and all these other people, all these other shift leaders. You just love them. They'd come. These guys were supposed to spy on you, take pictures, and make sure you're doing your job. And they come and give you a hug. You feel like people are so distant. Even 3-4 years ago, that's still kind of weird. People get to be like, don't touch me. Someone accidentally touched my boob. I'm gonna sue them, Someone said something from their time period in there. Now I'm gonna sue them and slander them on Twitter and get them to lose their job because they said a word that I didn't appreciate. Anyways, this is a different story too, but I had it consistent, so I could see patients in the morning. I could take my kid to work. I could do some shopping or do some billing, and I'm going to tell you, it wasn't easy. Since all this was after the car accident, nothing's been easy. When the chiropractor said get on to disability, but then they stopped paying for the appointments, you're in a catch-22 again, because you're in where you're doing the I'm like, what is that? That was this oil from Whole Foods. I'm like all paranoid. Oil from Whole Foods for your skin. Let me go ahead and do what I said, and I get ready to leave. Hi, that's me. So I read it. I think I'm on chapter 2 of this book. I want to read and calm myself the heck down. I don't remember what the first page was. The first part was about gauze, and then regular gauze versus like oil, eye patch, dry eye patch, for 24 hours for abrasion or a pink eye infection. I never learned it like that. You can get some drops, for pink eye, because if it's viral, it's gonna heal. Sometimes you get our eyes pink and itchy when you have a cold, but if it's bacterial, like contagious kind, you can get it. Well, viruses are contagious too, but then your eyes, they get sticky and green and goopy and red. Ugh. I worked at a daycare center, man. I said, when I got into medical school and we started practicing on each other and seeing patients, I said, man, working at a daycare center, really, you got congenital defects, you got mental health stuff, you got handicapped people that can't eat, that have feeding tubes, you have medications, you have food allergies, you have dietary restrictions, you have like vegan, vegetarian, religious reasons, you had injuries, illnesses trying to spread through that daycare center, kids falling off, biting each other. All that stuff, like I said, medication, having to administer meds, dealing with different personalities. I feel like babies, unborn babies even, they have the personalities that they keep having until they're like elderly. It's like they're just a miniature. Like they look like different creatures, but they're just a miniature. You were that, and look at you now, and look at your grandparents. Like, it's so interesting. The next chapter, I read a couple of pages on scalpels, and then improvise with, and he didn't talk about sterilizing this crap yet, but X-Acto knives and sheetrock knives, which I'm not familiar with that. We had a number 10, the round scalpel, and the number 11. I think I have some here and up here. This is supposed to be in my first aid kit. Making me paranoid. I have. I'll show you guys this. I don't have the scalpels in here, guys, but I have the sutures that were for dentistry from a different country, which I wasn't aware of. Hold on, what is all that noise? Seafood chuck. I don't know. I know where the scalpels are, but so now all I can think about is getting my preparations organized. I have a medical bag. I should probably put in the vehicle for the next birth. Oh, this truck's not gonna be able to go back at the same time, is it? I guess they have 2 trucks back there. I'll go get those clothing items. Oh shoot, I forgot my clothes. Here's some bags. I had these. I don't know what happened to the box. I guess I'm trying to put them in a crate. These are just bread bags from a grocery store. I don't know what was in this one, but I was saving some of these. I already have that for warning. That one has some warning. One's from Winkle, I don't think. But if you sell on Amazon, you have to have the warning. I actually used to print them and on a document and then cut them out and just stick them in the bag or tape it to the bag. I don't know what was in this one, but I was trying to save some of these bags from Kohl's that didn't have staples or tape on them that my boyfriend threw them in the trash. I was like, no, you try to recycle. So I have this shirt that it's crooked. Does it look crooked to you? It looks so crooked to me. I have this shirt. This one's so cute. These are for sale. Never fit me. These are definitely small. I don't know if these are size 2s. Too petite. So those are gonna go. Let me get the tape. I have the masking tape. Masking tape. This tape's almost gone. Look at that. It costs more for the dispenser than the actual tape. So I don't know what happened. I keep misplacing. I just bought like a 3-pack of tape. I found another like new one in the closet in my supplies thing, and I felt mad that I bought 3 rolls of tape, and they were only like this thick, And I was like, I want it like this thick, like fat. I'm gonna fill up the whole thing, or these come off, I want to take this off and just buy the refills that you can get. I guess that's Staples. Sometimes Staples has a discount sale, or do you want to shake it out? These have been washed. This is why this stuff didn't get listed, because we don't have a washer machine and dryer. So I get this stuff. Oh, this feels so nice. It's nice and thick, guys. Oh, it's ribbed. I wish I could wear these clothes. So we're gonna put it in here. I didn't pre-plan this, but I don't like it to be like that. So I'm gonna fold it over. Try to squeeze the air out. My OCD has me double checking this stuff before I ship it. If you squeeze the air out, you can fit it in a smaller poly bag, but be careful. You don't want your bag to break open. So I use an X, which the problem with that is, well, doing X makes it not come apart because it's like the air and everything. But if you have to take this off because you're OCD and you want to double check that there's no hairs or lint or bugs or moss or any weird stuff in there, then you potentially waste your tape. And tape's expensive, to tell the truth. So here's one. It's going in this crate over here. The crate is pretty full. It might not actually fit in the crate right now. So I'm going to have to add another crate because I have a couple crates that are unwashed. I should have used that when my boyfriend got home. And you get online. These would make cute outfits too. You'd have those pants with that top, or those pants with the other. Oh, just darling. So you're gonna go to eBay or whatever thing you have, whatever platform you have, and then you're gonna go to let's see. I'm gonna save this. Let me just save this search or what I was searching. I almost bought an antique personal protection device yesterday, and the only reason I didn't is because it didn't go through when I went to purchase it for like $400. Talking about not having money, but and I asked a question about another antique item, and they said, oh, we don't know, we don't need that, whatever certification thing. And it didn't have what the item was. And I didn't save it in the cart, so I have no idea what it was. It was the cheapest thing on their website, I'll tell you that. It might not be available. I don't even know the website, so I have to thank them for responding and check some stuff out. It might be just something you set on a shelf for $400, or it might be something that you could use as a recreational item, which I've done in Michigan. So I'm trying to save the search, but it's driving me crazy. So, ooh, they have neon lights. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. So go to selling. On the app, I'm using the Android. And then, so it says $46. Some people, they'll have like $90,000 in 90 days. So go to active and scroll through and see where that top is. This is a horrible picture. I should have retook a picture. Oh yeah, this is a horrible picture. So, and that still looks crooked. And it's blurry. Oh my god. This is one of my worst pictures. I didn't have pictures of stuff here that I washed, and I had to like figure out how to put it on this door with this light. A horrible picture. So revise the listing. And so that is going to need another picture, so I should have done that before. We're going to go to the pricing. I have it at $18.99. Others have it, says online trending at $12. So somebody has a real nice picture. They sold theirs for $20. Having a nice picture does increase the price. This guy has a better picture than me. They're sold for $15, or sold it for $15. And this horrible picture, they sold it for $3, which is as bad as mine. So you have to think about, do you want to make money? Make a better picture. You have to. So I'm going to lower it by $2.50. And make sure you double check your offers. I have it $4.99 or higher. You can put it at like $2. Usually I have it at $1 so I can at least get a conversation started. But so you go back and double check your delivery size. I have it at 7 ounces. It's a little bit heavy. That's $4.80 to $5.20 shipping. And then your handling time. If you ever went on vacation or did something weird, or a snowstorm and you change your handling time, 3 days. But if you want to get top rated, I don't sell enough to get top rated anymore. If you want a top rated seller, you're going to change that to what? 1 business day or same day. So double check the size and all that stuff. So that's also petite, I guess. I got this as a bulk, so it's sizes that aren't the normal sizes. When I was skinny again, before I started dating, I could fit in the nice small sizes that are on the bulk or the clearance. This is a rare size, like 8 to 10 is hard to get. Size 8 shoes is hard to get. Size 3X dress, that looks funny, is going to be cheap. So is it really big or really small and petite sizes, you'll be at an advantage. Look at this amethyst. I'm like, ooh, shiny, glossy. I don't know. I think this one's quartz. Amethyst. I think. And then amethyst. It looks like, did I say quartz? This looks like quartz. And then this looks like quartz. I picked these rocks out. I probably got more. I gave the thing to my son. I always forget what this is called, but I called it like the Terminator 2 liquid metal rock. So you gotta do that for all the items and find a good place. Oh yeah, and make sure you push done. My old app like 3 or 4 years ago when I lost that job, it was not saving the stuff, not saving the pictures. It kept glitching out. So be careful if your internet loses connection. Lately, I'm telling you, I'm not sure if something changed or updated. It's been saving it. If something weird happened, maybe save it as a draft, or maybe your revisions maybe still need to be saved. So you can double check that. If you do something and you walk away, you come back to your phone. Don't necessarily just swipe it off. Just double check that you have it. So do the same thing for these items. And just like, if I had this hanging in the closet, but just double check, shake it, you don't know, something, dust or lint got on it. This is a Chico's. I don't necessarily fold it, but I see people going to the bins and getting all kind of clothes, and they don't look like they wash that stuff. I think that's a health hazard. Even if you do wash it, there's some creepy stuff when you got in your own house thousands of items of clothing that were in a place with thousands of, upon tens of thousands of clothing from tens of thousands of households. There's got to be a critter between that and storage units and trucks and just the people handling this stuff, lice, and I don't know, I just get weirded out. This is kind of heavy. You might need to go back also and double check, take another picture like that other shirt. You need to go back through, but you just get the ball rolling. Someone might have had that shirt before and gotten a stain on it, so the picture might not do them any, like, it might not lose a sale, but you'd be better off if you have a good picture. I keep checking to see my boyfriend's home. It's a long video. We'll be home. So we're gonna do that. Put this over here for now. If you leave it out, it's gonna get dusty. If you leave it on top of this crate is only what, 15 inches by, and it's like this too. And then the pants, same thing. If you see something or something on it, double check the pockets. Maybe there's nothing in it. Maybe there's a crooked in it, like you don't know. Or maybe you forgot to check the pockets. Maybe you'll find a diamond ring, who knows? But be careful of your own clothes too. You might wash something and forget that you were going to sell it and try it on and walk around the house for like 2 minutes, and you might put jewelry or something in the pocket thinking you're going to wear it, like your watch, and then you're like, oh wait, I forgot the arms are too tight, and then you take it off and put it in either the wash, or put it, if you just washed it, you put it in the back in the bag, or actually put it in a crate before you took pictures, and then you maybe don't double check all that stuff because you're like, oh, this has all been washed by me, unless it's new with tags. Even sometimes then, if it kind of fits, I'll take the tags off and wear it, and then I'll gain like another 5 pounds. I'm like, oh great, I should have sold that. There were some wax jeans that I took the tag off, and there was another pair of jeans that were retail like $100 and something. I'm like, idiot, you would have been better off. Trying to get the wrinkles. You would have been better off selling the dang pants. But the problem is, if you don't sell them and you mess up and you where they lower the price for you, or you accept an offer without caring because it's been online, like, I just need this stuff out of my house before something happens to it, and then you end up potentially selling it for $5. You're like, I might as well wear it for a year. I mean, the KonMari, it's like, thank you, you served your purpose, it's time to let you go. Even if that purpose was to buy it and have that thrill of that, what you're going to do. So I had that hanging on that pinch hanger, and look what happened. It's got indentations from that, so be careful about that. This probably should have been washed, dried, and then put in the bag right away, not hung in the shelf. Hung in the shelf is better than laying on the floor or thrown in a crate unfolded. I mean, I don't know, maybe thrown in a crate might not be bad, but if you're not going to be able to iron all this stuff, it's going to get ironed. This one's going to be chunkier, so double check. This might, it doesn't feel like a pound, but you don't know. It doesn't feel like a pound, but it's not going to fit in your smaller baggie. So you're going to need to do, if it is a pound or more, you could do the flat rate envelopes. I don't do, people love the cardboard ones, the paper ones. I don't. I don't love them. I don't hate them. I just use the plastic ones. Cost 50 cents more. And then you're going to put this all, put your eBay stuff, or if you have other stores online, Mercari, I'm going to put some stuff on Mercari. And what's the other one? I'm really thinking of the name. Oh, this one I was supposed to send my daughter. So This one is supposed to go to my daughter. I don't even know if it fits. It's supposed to. It's just strong, tall. I don't know. I'm going to keep that in here for her. And yeah, be careful if you tell someone you're going to send them something from your store for free, and you make sure you don't just sell it because it's cute. So I have these 2 shirts. The only reason they're not for sale yet, because I didn't iron them. Oh shoot, look. This is my pet peeve. Having the hanger polka thing. So we have no washer dryer. So these are extra large and 17, 30, 32s. 2 different brands. My boyfriend made me wear them. 2X. The 17, 30, 33. I don't even know what that means. So if I wasn't working today and the person wasn't downstairs, it would be a good day to wash some more clothes. And you want to get online and check the other 2 items. You can start a draft for those shirts. Look them up and just say, so now it says you're offline. So remember what I was saying before about potentially being offline. So this one doesn't even look like, oh yeah, okay. So I had to refresh it. Save the, you can double check because it had the old price on there, which could also have an old, you might accidentally have it changed to, it might not be your fault, to free shipping, and it might make £2. It might be $24 and you're selling the item for $8. They might buy it for $8 or best offer $6 and pay $25 shipping. Then you made your $4, but you didn't lose 24, depending on the circumstance. So I have a limit, 62,000 remaining December, 341 items I can list per month. So they increased that. Go back to where the heck is active. Go to the pants and the top. And while you're looking for that, look at all if you have any watchers. I have none. This is really strange. Usually I have a ton of watchers on stuff. Okay, so I have a couple down towards the bottom. And they're off the bottom. Go down to, some of these items were mixed packs for eBay shippers. Some of these items are my boyfriend's that we're selling together, or we're like sharing our stuff, and he's maybe wishy-washy than me. I asked God to, so this is that shirt. This is a little bit better picture, but it's still horrible. I don't think it captures that bottom like all the way. It's much better than the other picture, but it's still horrible. You want to get lighting, either really good natural lighting or in a good camera. So this is rayon spandex. This should be pretty light. Store category other, so that didn't get fixed. So you want to change the other to women's clothes. I wish it was called clothing, but I'm not going to change it right now. I'm going to lower the price again. It says $10, $15, $11, $11, $6. I'm going to change it to, let's say this, what does it say, 15? I hear something. $15. And then check the best offer. Make sure you don't have it automatically accept $1. Shipping, I have it at 10 ounces. Buyer pays. And then 3 business days. Go back. Or don't go back. Revise it. And they're going to ask you these questions. I'm going to get off here, but I'll do the same thing for the pants. And then double check that. It was better when you sold similar. It would bump your listing up, but any activity you do, and I'll put this back in my notary bag until I find it. I need to put more tape in there. Any listing used to go to offline, and then you could sell similar or relist it if you had watchers and sell similar. It would push your ranking up to the top. But any manipulation or added changes, add better pictures, you'd be better off just stopping what you're doing and putting really good pictures up rather than just bagging it up and putting it away. You'd get maybe 4 times as much for the item just because of your pictures. And it'll show the quality. I sell quality items, so I'm not taking a bad picture or a good picture, and then you get the item that's full of holes and stains and stinks. So that's the problem. I'm doing myself a disservice. You have to be careful when you buy it, too. You can ask, does it have holes, stains, or stink? And sometimes I said, oh, it smells like Middle Eastern cooking. Like, sorry, is that a problem? So I could say smells like plastic bin. Sorry, not smoke. So going back to the housing thing and the systems, I just emailed the worker and said that I needed to do a transfer, temporary transfer, or get rid of the voucher because of health issues or whatever. And I did it, and my counselor, the other lady, said that she was going to work with me on the application this week. I said, I'm thinking I'm going to go home and do it right now. I didn't do it. So I'm actually going to tell you that I'm happy for these counselors, and I did feel worse when I didn't talk to them every week, even if it does sound like chit-chat. So I need to be paid for my services because I know I do so much more for my patients, and I'm qualified and trained to do so much more, including counseling. So I really need to do that, and I need to also learn that when people say idiotic things, don't be like that person. If they say, like, you have all these open projects and you never complete everything, I was like, I sure as heck do complete things. You're projecting yourself onto my to-do list, and you're saying that if you were me, you would never get anything done. But I am me, and I get crap done, and I'm 45 years old. I'm almost half a century years old. You gotta cope. Even if you're incarcerated, homeless, somehow your heart kept beating and your lungs kept bringing in air, and your brain kept things alive. You might not be able to see, you might not be able to hear, you might have lost your sense of taste, you might have a pacemaker, you might have a whole refrigerator full of medications, you might have prosthetics, but your heart, even with the pacemaker, and your lungs, even with the CPAP, oxygen tank, here's something. I gotta go to work. So I gotta hustle now. That was a reminder that I've been procrastinating those tasks. Part of me is like, I pulled out the iron, look for the, it's only a steam iron, look for the, distilled water. Part of me is just like, just put the shirt. Just take a picture of the shirt. Just hang it on the door right now. Take a picture and be done. And I would wash the door and do this and do that. There's holes in the door. Like, edit that out, maybe. Just edit it out. But I have a spot over there in a dark corner, which is not a good spot. That's why the pictures, you see all the clothes hanging here. That's why the pictures are bad, because it's 2 dark corners. I took them in here. I had a thumbtack on the wall at the other place, and that was my photo station, and it was also horrible. In my house, I had I think it was like a plastic hook on the door or something, and that was kind of okay, but it was a narrow doorway into the bedroom, so you could see, like, the wall or whatever. I don't know, it's kind of tacky, but I have a dream of having a nice clean wall without all the stains and holes. This place has holes and everything. Having like a command strip, having the natural light, having the overhead light, not so much, having a ring light from Walmart, 1 or 2 ring lights that you could also use when you're doing Zoom stuff. And then just be more professional. I knew there was tape around here, so there's some tape. It doesn't have a lot of tape left either, so put one of those back in to the notary bias. It seems to be where I could find it. I'm going to keep you guys posted on what this lady's going to respond fast, and she's probably, I could be in trouble, and I'm going to talk to these counselors and potentially have to hire a lawyer, because the COVID thing messed up everything with the housing. The banks messed up everything. Like, I can say I'm scapegoating and blaming things, but it really, other people's negligence and or the system not working with people people are being evicted and there's billions of dollars left for the renters' assistance. And I guess landlords could apply for that money. Sometimes, like, my EIDL said I was qualified, but I had to be in a certain zip code. My office is the cheapest. It's someone's closet near OHSU, near the river, where the price of the median income is high. My patients are all on Section 8 housing, low income, welfare, disability, all of them, 100% of them. And so they don't care if you're, and even that zip code, because it's a housing program set into a normal neighborhood, if I was 0.1 miles up the road, I would qualify for that grant or that loan. There's my boyfriend. Here comes my honey bunny. I don't know if I said to use that term, but from Quentin Tarantino. Peace, guys. Peace.